Hey everyone, welcome to Dawn of Titans with DBR, and today we got a lot to talk about. First of all, welcome back to post-April Fools. I don't know if anyone caught on to that. I know some of you did. I know a lot of you didn't. But a lot of the nonsense coming out of this channel and APOC's channel had to do with April Fools. So if you didn't know that and you got fooled in the process, congratulations, you just participated in the April Fool's holiday without intending to, so good for you. In the meantime, there's no bad blood between me and APOC. He's a fantastic guy and I love all the non-toxic gamers. You guys are fantastic. In fact, one of these days I'll help you out with one of your alliances getting first prize. I'm sure that will happen. But in the meantime, I'm pretty sure some of you took that seriously with the capping and chain rating that was happening on my garrison. But it was all in good fun, just like this game is all in good fun. So what was going on behind the scenes was still a little bit of give and take because I didn't know what he was going to do. And APOC, being the creative fellow he is, definitely came out with guns blazing there. So nice rap, man, nice rap. So today I wanted to focus on a couple of things. The event, we had like a bit of a psych out update, right? Update for the event. It's not out yet. We're still waiting. So maybe it'll happen today, maybe it'll happen Wednesday. I don't know. We're gonna find out. So we got the psych update. Also, I have a new Titan. Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready for this? Freya! Hit it! Hey, only the strongest will survive. I've been wanting to get Freya for a long time, so I'm pretty happy about this. This is fantastic. This is actually one of the coolest parts about the update, so kudos to the developers. The nice mini update so far. I've liked what you've done. As always, there'll be some things we have to figure out as we go along, so that'll be interesting to see. I haven't seen too much stuff different yet, but who knows what they did. Until we see specific notes on everything, who knows? Anyways, I had a bunch of comments where people were asking me to update on how do I grow so fast? That was a big question from a lot of people. And also, just kind of an update on the kingdom. Where am I at? What am I focused on upgrading? And I did a video like that a while ago called Upgrading the Kingdom or Leveling the Kingdom. And that was before multiple updates, at least 2, possibly 3 updates. So things have really changed since then. So we're gonna take a look at that today and I will kind of update you on my mentality. So it used to be, let's look at my castle, right? Castle level 14. People are like, how do you grow so fast? I really don't think I'm growing remarkably fast. I think it's probably growing at an average rate for someone who's focused on growing, which is what I said in my previous video. What I mean by that then was a lot of castle upgrade focus, which there was a heated debate on that. But understanding that I don't waste time squabbling over various things. Usually I don't waste time with that. That's part of the reason why I'm not too concerned with maxing out all buildings before upgrading. Now, that has changed a little bit since lands are completely different now, since I said that my mentality back then, making it completely crazy not to have lands and completely crazy to keep yourself in a situation where you can't have lands. So that opinion's still out there, by the way, and God bless you for having a difference in opinion, but without lands, you literally are giving up the ability to hide hundreds of thousands of resource of both types, food or gold. So if you're gonna give up that ability, of course you're gonna grow slower, and the only reason you gave it up was so that you could stay in a certain league. I mean, that's crazy to me, but people are doing it. In any case, maybe that's why I'm growing faster than some of you that have the question. So castle level 14, meaning I have so many things I can do as far as upgrading. And of course, as always, my alliance camp at level 7, I max it out before I upgrade the castle. That's always been the case. Army camp is gonna be maxed out relatively quickly, probably first or second. So that my attacks benefit from the increased battle slots and troop inventory. The garrison is kind of one of the last things I do. Really, the garrison levels aren't a huge difference. It's mostly the Titan that's on there. So you're not gonna see all of a sudden a ton of failures because you went 1 garrison level. So I understand that people are so focused on that, but I'm not. Really, the way I go is like this. Castle upgrades, get that army camp up, the medical school, there's huge changes in that as you up your troop healing level. The armory, of course, to make sure you don't waste time with food. But what I like to hit really quickly right off the bat, if I can, with a couple of my builders, is the food reserves and the gold reserves. And the reason is because of the latest update. They made the reserves valuable. They used to be just something you had to upgrade, and they kind of protected a little bit. Well, now they protect quite a bit, together with 3 of them especially. So, 600,000 plus, even at just level 11 reserves, is pretty fantastic. And then of course you upgrade your storages, because you have to upgrade your storages. So all my storages are of course maxed out. You can't really go up the next level without maxing out all your storage. I've been bad about this, I'll admit this, my special troops, and I probably shouldn't be. So lately, after the last update, I've been focusing on them. I mean, I never use Panthers. So as you can see, I still have one more level to go, and I think I will at this point max out everything before I go castle level 15. And one of the reasons is because I'm in an event. I'm in the event alliance that I chose, and we are going to max out the event, all of us. We're all going to go 11,000 souls plus, meaning in order to do that, we have to be in a very active league, and we're going to get hit like crazy. So I really don't anticipate the ability to hold on to 1 million plus gold at this point without losing some. Luckily, the update has also made it doable to hang on to a ton of gold even with lands getting raided. That's pretty awesome too. So I could try to do it, but it'd just be, again, wasting time when I can upgrade various things. Which brings me over to something I said in my last video as well: don't upgrade collectors, or I don't upgrade collectors. That's no longer true. With the reserve capacity changed, it just makes these even more valuable if they're maxed and they can hide, 25,000 of resource each. Them alone, without lands, I don't know how you're doing it. It probably takes forever, and you gotta raid, and just make sure no one raids you back. It's just gotta take forever to level up if you don't have any lands ever, ever. By this level, by castle level 14, you can hang on to a dozen lands. A dozen lands, bumping out at least 58,000 resource fully stored. So you guys can talk and discuss that below and yell at me, but hey, I'm just saying that's why you're gonna upgrade a little slower than anybody else that knows how to adequately use lands. Barracks. Barracks are fantastic. Level 7 barracks, here we go. Again, something else that I am planning on maxing out, and something I haven't really focused on, because all barracks do are just give you one more training queue, and I've never had a problem with training queues. In fact, the only reason I use training queues max capacity is if I'm trying to hide food, which I really haven't had to do in months. So not too worried about barracks, but I will max it out because, again, a lot of these buildings are part of other buildings upgrades, and if you're going to max out everything, you kind of have to, eventually get to everything in here at some point, at some castle level. And over here on the expansion, I'm actually thinking I'm going to wait, like is expected. I'm going to wait to expand until it's necessary for a building. And actually, I haven't even looked ahead here. Let's take a look ahead. We got any new buildings? We got upgraded levels. I don't see anything specified as far as new buildings, but on castle level 15 we may have something else we can build, like more collectors or maybe another barrack or something like that. And if that's the case, if there's another barracks, that's going to need room. I think, well, I have a little bit more room left. But the exciting thing is castle level 15 unlocks one awesome change in the update, and that is, if you guys don't already know, Meteor Strike. So the beauty of Meteor Strike, you guys have seen my Meteor Strike video maybe, but the beauty of Meteor Strike is its cost and its time to train, right? Not necessarily the spell itself. But 17,000 gold. Okay, so how much gold can you hide with 17,000? Twice as much as you could have with lightning. Twice as much gold you can hide. So that's pretty awesome. That's a huge change in the game, whether it's intentional or not. It's huge because active players that are trying to hide gold during raiding sessions or whatever, they can hide, even at castle level 15, probably half of their gold with just maxed out spell forges with using Meteor Strike spells. So just putting that out there in case you hadn't thought of that yet, because that's phenomenal. But there you go, that's the kingdom, and you can tell what my focus has been. It's always been on the essential buildings, but at this point, I really should be focusing on the special units. What happened was, because archers became so valuable in the last few updates, even before they were, but now they became even more valuable, the special units haven't really been a focus of mine, and they're so costly to upgrade. You got to take all this time. Now we're at like castle level 14, you're at 2-day upgrade periods. You got to take all this time to upgrade these buildings. Why waste time on Panthers when you never use Panthers? Now, the awesome thing about these events is they're balancing it. Panthers are going to be very deadly, I think, after this event. It seems to me, with just the change in relics, now that you have the Panther relics that are focused on their health and damage, if we get something insanely powerful out of the event, the poison event, you might see people start using a lot of Panthers instead of them just being cannon fodder or distraction units or, spell runners. Like literally they're being used for non-combat. They might as well be combat medics that go around healing other troops, because we don't use it for anything else because they're too costly to lose. And then of course pikemen are used on defense. Panthers are not, because they're never going to take down a Titan, right? Hopefully. Man, if you upped Panther damage with critical and armor piercing and their charge, or maybe like amping up their charge damage somehow, they could be insane if you had just pure, Panthers on attack and they take out the Titan and then they just run through the troops. It'd be the fastest defenses ever if you could make them about as powerful as, say, Souls are buffing Grenadiers. If you could make Panthers at the same level of buff as the Grenadiers getting buffed, I think people might have Panther defenses. So we'll see. I mean, the update's coming, or the event after the update is coming out at any point in time apparently, so we'll wait and see. But hopefully that answers all your guys' questions about how my kingdom is looking and how I upgrade so quickly. The main point there is I kind of focus on anything that moves forward my progress in game, and I will sidestep from that if all builders are busy and all spell upgrades and troop upgrades are busy. If that's all busy, I can sidestep from those focuses. But as long as there's a builder waiting, or there's a building that could utilize food, then you need to go collect that resource and get it going, because at this point when it takes 2-3 days a week to upgrade, you don't want to wait to start that upgrade. It's just time off of your roster. And in a game like this is tough because oftentimes you're distracted by, say, this giant push for being the first with your alliance, or you're distracted by this jerk that just capped all your lands and is calling you out in global chat or something like that. That happens. But if you let it distract you for an entire week, you just lost a week of time. So that's one of the reasons maybe why I grow faster than other players, is they get pulled aside too easily, like that dog from Spot the movie, or was it Spot? John Travolta playing a puppy. You remember that, right? Squirrel! That's fantastic. I mean, that's basically what's going on if you never focus for an entire week on growing because other people are distracting you. I mean, squirrel all the time. All right, guys, there you go. That's my current kingdom status. Of course, after the nonsense with April Fools, I, of course, was sitting without lands, so I will probably maintain this posture until the event is over, because I don't necessarily want to be a target for chain raids, and I can easily get the lands back when I want to post-update. Plus, I don't want to waste too many portal stones when the event starts on capturing lands, except for the daily quest, right? Hopefully that mentality makes sense to you guys. All right, there we go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Comment down below. Let me know what your castle level is. Let me know where you're going, and maybe if you have a different focus of upgrading that you think works better, let me know that as well. I'm always open to new opinions on how to play this game. I don't think I have the exact perfect way of playing. I just think it's pretty dang good. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. See you next time on Dawn of Titans with Drive-By Reviews, and hopefully next time we're talking about the Poison event. I'll be at 5,000 souls by the time I update. All right, guys, see you next time on Dawn of Titans with DBR.